مساء الخير، تفضلوا ارتاحوا. Dr. Ilyas Warra, the President of the University of Balamand, Dr. Sami Azar, Vice President for Medical Affairs and the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Medical Sciences, Dr. Salim Kanaan, Vice President for Enrollment Management and Alumni Relations, respected colleagues, dear students, proud families and friends. It's truly an honor to welcome you all to this deeply meaningful occasion, the White Coat Ceremony for the Faculty of Medicine at the University of Balamand. Today, I stand before you not only as the Master of Ceremony, but also as the coordinator of the preclinical years, your advisor, and you're a professor of medical biochemistry, a subject that has, without a doubt, left many of you wide-eyed, sleep-deprived, but ultimately wiser and stronger. As I look out at all of you, I realize that I have the privilege of knowing each of you, not just by name, but by the journey you have traveled. I have seen your growth, your resilience, your unyielding determination firsthand. And I can say with all certainty, this is not just a class of future doctors. This is a class of survivors, of leaders, of hope bringers. This ceremony marks a significant transition from the preclinical years to clinical practice. For many of you, this is the moment when your medical education becomes real. The textbooks, lectures, and labs that have defined your experience thus far will now give way to direct interaction with patients, real-world medical challenges, and the application of everything you have learned in a clinical setting. But more than just a shift in academic focus, this transition is about the evolution of your identity as a medical professional. The preclinical years were about building your foundation, mastering the science of medicine. The clinical years, however, are about applying that knowledge with compassion, empathy, and integrity to make a difference in the lives of your patient. It is in the clinical years that you will begin to understand that medicine is not just a science, but an art, one that requires both technical expertise and deep human understanding. Here, you will see the realities of patient care, witness the profound impact you can have, and be reminded that being a doctor is not just about diagnosing and treating. It's about connecting with others, guiding them through some of their most vulnerable moments, and offering hope when it's needed most. And this year, this transition carries even more weight. You are the class that studied through some of the darkest days in Lebanon's recent history. During this year, our country faced a war that disrupted lives, displaced families, and cast an ever-present shadow of uncertainty over us. Yet, through these challenges, you didn't flutter. Some of you studied under the strain of fear and chaos, while others worked tirelessly to help your families and communities despite your own struggle. You face immense difficulties, but you never gave up. Through power cuts, internet blackouts, and the disruption of daily life, you persisted. You memorized pathways and mechanisms while the world around you seemed to crumple. And now, as you step into the clinical years, you did so with a strength that no textbook could ever impart. You are not only ready in terms of knowledge, but you are emotionally, morally, and spiritually prepared in ways that make you uniquely capable of rising to the challenges ahead. This white coat ceremony is not just about academic achievement, it's a symbol of your commitment to a profession that will test you in ways you cannot yet imagine. It represents your resilience, your courage, and your dedication to serve humanity, especially when times are toughest. Today, you will also take the medical oath, which requires you to promise to abide by the ethical standards in medicine. Taking this oath and practicing it is an enormous honor, privilege, and responsibility. In this next stage of your profession, you will participate in the most intimate and important events of people's lives. To the President of the University and to the Dean, thank you for leading this institution with vision, dedication, and heart. Your unwavering commitment to these students, especially during these challenging times, has made today possible. To the faculty, thank you for teaching not just medicine, but values of resilience, integrity, and compassion. Your mentorship has shaped these students into not only future doctors, but future leaders in healthcare. To the families, thank you for your constant support, sacrifices, and love. You have been the foundation that carried these students through difficult times. And today, we witness the fruits of your strength. And to you, my dear students, wear this white coat with pride. It is a testament to what you have already overcome and a reminder of what you are capable of achieving. You are the future of medicine, and you are the light that this country so deeply needs. I leave you with these words. من قلب المعاناة يولد الأمل ومن بين الركام تنهض الأحلام. Congratulations, and may your path ahead be filled with purpose, healing, and dignity. The future of medicine is in your hands, and it's brighter because of you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to introduce to you one of our outstanding students, Mr. Ibrahim Kashmar, who will now present the student talk on behalf of the class of 2027. Mr. Kashmar has demonstrated exceptional academic excellence, earning the top rank in both the first and second preclinical years. His dedication, hard work, and perseverance have set a remarkable example for his peers. We are excited to hear his words today as he shares the collective journey and reflections of his class on this important milestone. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ibrahim Kashmar to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Esteemed faculty, beloved families, friends, and most importantly, my fellow classmates, thank you for being here to share this moment with us. Today marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. But before I begin, I want to say what an honor it is to speak on behalf of class of 2027 as we celebrate not just an achievement, but a transformation. This moment is bigger than each of us. It's about what we've endured, how we've grown, and the kind of doctors that we're becoming. These quotes that we receive today are not just fabric and thread, or a mere rite of passage. They are symbols, stitched with the heavy doubts, sleepless nights of sacrifices, and quiet moments of bravery that no one saw but us. At this threshold between students and healers, shaped by more than just textbooks and exams, we don't stand in isolation, unscathed by the world's challenges. We stand in the shadows of conflict, economic collapse, and deeply personal trials that shaped us in unique ways. That we stand here at all is not just a testament to our hard work, but to the unwavering belief of those who stood by us, lighting a path when everything felt dark. We stood on their shoulders and on the strength of our collective will to overcome what once seemed insurmountable. So now, let me take a moment to honor those who made this journey possible, those to whom we owe our deepest gratitude. To our university, thank you for being more than an institution. In times of war and hardship, you became a sanctuary. Doors stayed open, lectures continued, and the mission of education persisted. You didn't just train us to be doctors. You showed us what it means to lead with courage and conviction. And most importantly, when the world was chaotic, you reminded us that healing must always remain a constant. And to our professors, thank you. You gave us not only the knowledge that is required to guide our hands in practice, but the hearts that will guide our actions. In uncertain times, you were a source of stability and hope. You adapted, resisted, and endured just as we did. And with patience and compassion, you showed us that medicine is as much about presence as it is about precision. And to our families, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Your love was the thread that held us together when everything else seemed to unravel. Your belief in us echoed louder than any bomb in the distance, stronger than every setback. You are here today because even when we questioned ourselves, you never did. You stayed by us through long, terrifying nights, and in your strength, we found ours. And finally, to my fellow classmates, look around you. Each and every one of you is a living testament to the resilience of a community. Together, we've faced challenges very few medical students in the world could ever begin to imagine. Together, we've studied, broken down, and risen again. We've shared notes, food, laughter, and tears. And somewhere along the way, amidst all the chaos, we became more than just classmates. We became a family. The kind that carries each other when one of us is too tired to keep going on. The kind that reminds each other every day what we're doing this for. The strength of our bond speaks to the strength of our resolve. And we chose resilience, not because it was easy, but because it was the only way going forward. And we found joy too, in the most unexpected of places. From celebrating exams with way too many chicken wings, to studying Graves' disease for the 5th time, and to our TAC Pro tournaments. We found laughter when the world offered us none. And in that absurdity, we found release, and the reminder that joy too is medicine. These quotes are more than symbols of academic achievement. These quotes are our pledge to show up when no one else will, our pledge to walk towards suffering when it would be easier to turn away. We learned this from the doctors who stood by the bedside as the bombs fell, and from the nurses who comforted patients with their trembling hands, and from our professors who stood in front of us as their own worlds crumbled. These experiences didn't break us. They forged us. They reminded us daily why we chose this path: to heal, to show up, and to serve even when it's hard. They showed us that excellence doesn't demand perfect conditions, just perfect commitment. And then on the topic of commitment, many of you would ask, why do we stay in Lebanon? Why do we choose to build careers amidst all this instability and uncertainty? But we know why. Because we believe in healing, not just individuals, but nations. Because every life that we're going to touch weaves another thread in our nation's recovery. Because we've seen the power small acts of care carry in deeply broken systems. Because medicine is not about ideal circumstances. It's about presence, it's about compassion. It's about showing up exactly where people need you, as they are and where they are. Class of 2027, our preclinical journey has been far from ordinary. As we studied anatomy, we studied the anatomy of resilience. And as we studied drug interactions, we learned the power of human connection. We learned not only to diagnose, but to treat. We learned not only to diagnose, but to listen. And not only to treat, but to care. These lessons will shape not only our practice, but our purpose. So as we look ahead, let us carry this moment with us. Let it not just be a symbol, but a call to action. Let us be the light in someone's darkest hours. Let us be the reason someone feels seen, heard, and cared for. Let us be the healers who walk towards brokenness with steady hands and open hearts. Congratulations, my friends. The world doesn't just need doctors, it needs us.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Sami Azar, the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine at the University of Balamand. Dr. Azar has dedicated his career to shaping the next generation of doctors and advancing medical education. Please join me in welcoming him as he addresses us today on this special occasion.
Good evening, distinguished guests, dear students, parents, faculty, friends, and members of our Balamand community. It is with deep pride and sincere joy that I welcome you to this profoundly meaningful occasion, the White Coat ceremony of the class 2027. Tonight we gather to mark a pivotal transition, a rite of passage from the study of medicine to the practice of healing. At first glance, this may appear to be a simple tradition, students donning white coats. But beneath its simplicity lies a powerful moment of transformation. For many of you, this may be the first time you are addressed as doctor. And for your families, it's a moment of immense pride, a culmination of years of perseverance and quiet strength. Let me assure you, your sons and daughters are in good hands. They are entering a faculty grounded in excellence and driven by a profound commitment to humanity. I recall many years ago, the first time I wore my own white coat. I remember its weight, not of fabric, but of expectation. It represented the trust of my teachers, the hopes of my family, and the silent contract we enter with our patients and our society. It became clear to me then, and I hope it becomes clear to you now, medicine is not only about knowledge, it is about humility ethics, and deep compassion. We are gathered here in Lebanon, a country whose challenges are many: economic instability, political uncertainty, and public health crises. And yet, despite these headwinds, we continue to produce physicians of highest caliber, men and women who serve not only Lebanon, but the world. This speaks volumes about the strength of our academic institutions and the resilience of our people. At Balamand, we are proud of our graduates. They stand shoulder to shoulder with their peers in the finest hospitals and institutions across North America, Europe, and the Gulf. This year alone, our students achieved a 92% US match rate, an extraordinary achievement. But more than their placements, it's their character that leaves a lasting impression. Now, allow me to share a story I received just days ago. A former student, now a resident in Baltimore, told me how a patient glanced at his name tag and asked, "Where are you from?" "I'm from Lebanon," he replied. The patient smiled and said, "I thought so. I've had Lebanese doctors before. You're always kind. Brilliant, yes, but it is the way you listen that stays with me." She paused and added, "That must come from your culture, your families, and schools. It shows." That, dear students, is the quiet power you carry. That is the legacy your white coat represents. I often remind our students, patients may forget your name or your diagnosis, but they will never forget how you made them feel. If they felt seen, heard, and respected, then you have already begun the work of healing. To the parents gathered here tonight, I know the weight of your sacrifices. You have raised not only children, but future physicians who will carry your values into the world. Today is your day too. Share in this pride and know that we consider it a sacred duty to help shape not only your children's intellect, but their character. And to our students, the path ahead will challenge you. There will be long nights, moments of fatigue and doubt, but there will also be moments of purpose. The first time a patient says, "Thank you, doctor." The first time your presence makes a difference. The first time you feel deeply that you are exactly where you are meant to be. You are not alone. Around you sit your classmates who will become your closest allies. Behind you stand your families cheering you on. And ahead of you are your professors ready to guide, teach, and challenge you. As you begin this journey, let knowledge guide your hand, but let humanity guide your heart. In a world increasingly defined by speed, AI, and technology, never underestimate the power of presence, a listening ear, a steady gaze, a simple act of kindness. Let your code carry not just instruments and notes, but humility, curiosity, and courage. And if you'll allow me, I'll leave you with a line from our own Arab heritage. داوي القلوب برفق فالقلوب تمرض كما الأجساد وليس كل داء يشفى بالدواء. Class of 2027, wear your coat with pride, wear it with purpose, make it a symbol not of status, but of service. And may your journey be guided always by science, compassion, and the enduring values that define our university, our profession, and our beloved Lebanon. Alf Mabruk, God bless you, and thank you.
Thank you, Dean Azar. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a true honor to introduce to you the President of the University of Balamand, Dr. Ilyas Warra, a visionary leader and a dedicated advocate for academic excellence. Dr. Warra has played a key role in shaping the university growth and success. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Warra as he shares his words of inspiration with us today.
قدر لازم نقول مساء الخير صرنا لأنه قطع النهار. حبيت اليوم شوي غير عن الريجولر سبيتش، حبيت هيك أحكي شوية سلايدز اللي هن القسم الأكبر طالع من واقع نحن منعيشه. أول شيء بشرفني يكون معكم اليوم، بشرفني يكون مع أهلكم اللي هن تعبوا كتير لأنتوا توصلوا محل ما أنتوا. بتأمل إنه هذه الشغلة تتذكروها دايماً، تتذكروها هلأ، تتذكروها بس تتخرجوا، تتذكروها مع كل مريض أنتوا بتحكموا. I want to welcome you all to a defining moment, and this moment it's a ceremony of transformation. It's the transformation from being a student to becoming a healer. I would like to welcome you to a defining moment where it is a symbol of trust, a symbol of service, and definitely a symbol of professionalism. I would like to welcome you to a proud tradition at the University of Balamand. Definitely, it is a sacred commitment. It represents the sacred doctor-patient relationship, and it embodies the ethics, the dignity, and the responsibility. Our mission definitely is well defined in integrating science and humanity, fostering critical thinking and compassion, and preparing physicians who serve with integrity. To you, to our future physicians, I would always recommend that you lead with empathy. You treat every single patient with dignity, and you carry your white coat with pride and humility. And you should never stop learning, and definitely you should never lose your compassion. To the families behind the white gown, your sacrifices have brought us, have brought our students, have brought your children here today. Thank you for your trust and support, and you are our silent partners in this journey. Our aim is to build a healthier tomorrow. It's a world who needs healers, not just doctors. May your journey be filled with purpose and impact, as we believe in you and we will walk with you. Being a doctor, it can be simply summarized with few words. And I quote, being a doctor is to cure sometimes, to relieve often, and to comfort always. And the good physician, always remember, treats the disease, but the great physician treats the patient who has the disease. Congratulations to you all. Welcome to the profession. Welcome to the legacy of Balamand. May your white gown always reflect the purity of your heart and the dignity of your mission. Welcome to hell. Thank you.
Thank you, President Warra. We'll now begin with the distribution of the white coat. I would like to ask my colleagues to join me on the stage for the distribution of the white coat. Dr. Maha Khashab, Associate Dean for Medical Education. Dr. Ahmed Ibrahim, Associate Dean for Research. Dr. Ghassan Nabbout, Assistant Dean for Alumni Affairs. Dr. Antoine Abu Musa, Chairman of the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. Dr. Zavi Laksian, Assistant Dean for Clinical Simulation. And Dr. Samir Bazzi. I would also like to ask President Warra and Dean Azar to join us on the stage.
سعد إلياس عاد، أندرو أنطوان عبود، روزماري جورج عبود، إناس خليل عبد الغني، محمد ربيع أحمد عبد الرحمن، فاطمة محسن عبد الرضا. سعد أبي كرم، نور إلي أبي راشد، نوال أسعد أبي راجي، حسين علي أبو ديا، جان دارك عقل أشقر، كوثر علي أحمد. أنتوني جونيور أنطوان الحكيم، كارين ريمون نحاس، ملهم محمد عادل الحفار، هادي ماجد العموري، جنى محمد أسعد، سيسيل زياد عطية. ريتا عصام عطية، ضحى محمد عواضة، لونا محمد عواضة، ميريلين جورج أيوب، تياميلا رضوان أيوب، لارا فواز بغدادي. And I kindly ask Dr. Fawaz Baghdadi to come to the stage to honor his daughter. سارة عباس شارة، شاهين حسان البقاعي، فراس طوني بليل، مارينا وجيه بوغنام، جوي ايدي بريس، محمد خير عيد شاهين. سام أحمد شمعة، إليزابيث موسى شطرية، عمر أحمد دياب، يوسف محمد دياب، دارين أنطوان مرقص دويهي، نور غسان دويهي. أدريانا إلياس الحلال، ريبيكا جورج إلياس، عماد خالد الصياد، مهدي حسين فاخوري، وائل هادي فياض، آية الياس غالي. نيكول روبار الفداوي، يوسف أنطونيوس فينيانوس، تامي رولان جبارة، سيزار جوزيف غضبان، جورج يوسف غالب، زينب عبد الكريم الغول. And I kindly ask Dr. Victor Jbara and Drs. Nabila Yassin and Dr. Abdul Karim Al Ghul to honor their beloved. come to the stage and honor their beloved. ليان منير غريزي، توماس جورج حبيب، ريتا أنطوان الهاشم، لين فادي حيدر، ديما محمد فريد الحج، إلياس نجيب الحج.
Thank you, my colleagues. Asabnakum, thank you. Now I kindly ask Dr. Yusuf Basim, Dr. Hilda Ghadiye, Dr. Frederick Harb, Dr. Francois Sahyoun, Dr. Ziad Abi Khattar, and Dr. Amjad Kanaan to join me on the stage.
Group A, please sit down. Group B, stand up, please, and get ready. رواد رائد الحكيم، إيفا حسن حسان، جوانا عماد حاوي، يوسف رضا جعفر، علي حسن جبق، جاد بسيم جبور. هادي علي جابر، نيكولاس جورج جريج، إبراهيم أكرم كشمر، ريان محمد قضاح الحبال، تيا إدوار قضماني، إلي حبيب خلف. وسيم راضي خليل، مريم محمد خضر، ماريلين أنطوان الخوري، أنيس جوزيف قصير، شربل جورج معلوف، تانيا بسيم مكارم. كاريستا أنطونيو مقصود، إليسار الياس منصور، إلي جوزيف ملحم، جيال جورج ملحم، مصطفى نزار مرعب، رزان حسين مغنية. نور إلي معوض، ريم مازن مبيض، رياض كامل مروي، مصطفى محمود مشيك، ميشيل جورج المر، سامي المر. And I kindly ask Dr. Kamil Mroui to come to the stage to honor his son. And Dr. Ali Hassan Najm is honoring his daughter Zaina Ali Najm. ميشيل شربل نعمي، سارة ممدوح الرافعي، نور كرم رزق، كريستي جورج سعد، راتب عبد الناصر سعد، لين سامي سلامي. بيا أنطوان سلوم، رامي غسان سنيور، تاليا هشام سري الدين، شربل يوسف سركيس، تيا باخوس سركيس، أغوب خاتشيك ساسونيان، صفاء هشام الصيادي، سارة هاني سرحال، عباس محمود سكيكي، بشار حلمي سليمان، عفيف محمد سوسان، إلي وديع يعقوب، Dr. Lydia Sarhal is kindly asked to come to the stage. شيرين يحيى، هاني محمد رشيد ذهب، سالي ميشيل زيدان، ماريلين بيتر زلال، سندي علي زوتي. And I kindly ask Dr. Nadim Yahya to come to the stage and honor his daughter.
Thank you, President Koura and Dean Azar. Thank you, my colleagues. We now proceed with the administration of the medical oath. Will the student please rise and face the audience? Now it's time for me to ask Dean Azar again to come forward to the stage and to lead the class of 2027 and recite the oath. Dean Azar will read to you the pledge, after which you will be asked to signify your acceptance of it. Will my colleagues of the Faculty of Medicine please rise? Dean Azar.
I commit to honor the relationship formed between patients and physicians by maintaining confidentiality at all times. I vow to contribute to the field of medicine through ethical study and equitable evidence-based care, and to treat my patients and represent my profession with compassion and humility. Do you promise? Okay, I heard you. Mabruk.